All right, so we're going to jump right into it. Thursday night, we had a banger. We had Patriots Steelers. I took the Bailey Zappi under on underdog, right? Under 159 passing yards. Let's go look at his stats real quick. Let's go look at Bailey Zappi's stats before that Thursday night game. Bailey Zappi stats. All right. Now, granted, he changed in and out with Mac Jones a lot because they're both terrible quarterbacks. All right. So these are in order from his first game to his most current game. So 25 yards, probably got benched for Mac Jones. 54 yards, probably got benched again for Mac Jones. 141 yards against the Chargers. And none of these were good teams. The Colts, the Giants, and the Chargers all subpar teams. You can argue Indy's decent. And he threw for 25 yards against them. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have been struggling a little bit, I thought were going to come in looking for a dub, even with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback, came in and let Bailey Zappi cook my parlay for 240 passing yards, and I'm almost positive he cooked it in the first quarter. So Patriots get the dub against the Steelers. They are officially eliminated. The Patriots are from playoff contention. Next, we had the Texans and the Jets. Another cooked parlay opportunity. Texans get blown out 6-30 when they have the opportunity to tie the Jags for the division because the Jags went on to lose yesterday too. The Jets came out and Zach Wilson let it hang and showed why he's tired of them putting people like Tim Boyle over him, because who the hell is that? Hold on. So yeah, the Jets came out. That defense is always cooked. They have a great defense. The offense was hitting on all cylinders. A Jets we wanted to see. Does Aaron Rodgers come back this year? Please don't. So just, get healthy, brother. We have the Rams and the Ravens, what should have been probably a blowout victory for the Ravens, I think, for as much hype as they get. The Rams came in and they made it a fight, 31-37. What, 68-point game? That's kind of insane. Ravens, as always, they're just hurt. Isaiah Likely is a dog. We knew that, but Mark Andrews is a dog too. But Isaiah, we're going to see who they rock with next year. Isaiah Likely's a demon. Maybe you trade Mark Andrews, get some draft capital, because Isaiah Likely is a dog. Ravens go on to win that. They're atop of the AFC right now, leading that until the Dolphins play the Titans tonight. Next, we have the Panthers and the Saints. We don't even have to talk about this. The Panthers with not the number one pick in the draft because they gave it to the Bears. They gave that number one pick to the Bears. I don't know. I guess they didn't think they were going to be dog shit with their number one receiver being Adam Thielen. I guess they thought they were going to be good. Fired their whole coaching staff. We haven't had a live podcast since they did that, which is ridiculous to me. You just fired your whole coaching staff. You had to have known your team was going to be terrible. Y'all are rebuilding. I don't know why you got rid of the first pick. That franchise is probably going to take the award for worst franchise in the NFL currently. We have the Colts and the Bengals. Browning went down. Bengals back up. Really solid quarterback in the NFL. He has a lot of potential. I don't know what the injury was. Probably gonna have to check that out. Keep an eye on that. The Bengals still very much in playoff contention. So That's going to be interesting. The Colts missing their starting quarterback. I'm a huge Gardner Minshew fan. Just saying, huge Gardner Minshew fan. I love he's out there balling. They just couldn't get it done yesterday. We had a battle for the NFC South. Top 3 teams are tied. Bucks, Saints, and Falcons all tied. The Bucks took the dub yesterday, 29-25, in what sounds like it should have been a good game, but watching it was a little different story. We got Kyle Pitts on the board. We got some Kyle Pitts touchdowns in Atlanta. Thank God. Thank God. Desmond Ridder actually looked like a quarterback yesterday, finally. His coach came out and said that he's a really good quarterback prior to the game. So I probably gave him a little boost of confidence. I don't think he's bad. I just think he's in a bad situation. Some guys in the NFL need to sit behind somebody for a year. Marcus Mariota wasn't that guy to sit behind for a year. I think Bryce Young should have probably sat behind Andy Dalton for a year. I think Andy Dalton's been in the league long enough. He has some knowledge he could have passed down to him. So that's my thought on that. We have Jags Browns, which is a really entertaining matchup. Who else got cooked by David Njoku in fantasy this week? Because I did. Joe Flacco, Joe Demon, Joe Playoff, because he's taking the Browns to the playoffs, out there looking like he is not 38 years old, looking like a seasoned veteran. I think that was an amazing pickup for the Browns to stay in contention. They beat the Jags. Now they beat how Trevor Lawrence is out there playing. One, we all know how he's out there playing. It's that same shot in the ankle they were giving Mahomes all playoffs. So that's going to be interesting. But the Browns come out on top with the victory. They have a lot going for them. I still feel like they have really good chances of competing in the playoffs. We have the Lions and the Bears in the holy shit game of the week. Justin Fields looking like an actual quarterback the last few weeks. DJ Moore is a monster. We knew that. He got his first rushing touchdown of his career. First rushing touchdown of his career. I think on I forgot how many attempts they said. He actually decently rushes the ball for a receiver, not percentage, attempts wise, he has a decently high amount for a receiver. But the Bears are looking hot when they don't need to look hot. I mean, I figured they kind of wanted a top pick. Here's my draft theory. I'm going to have that number 1 pick. You don't go Caleb. You rock with Fields. You draft Marvin Harris. You take your pick. You trade back. A little bit. You swap first, get a second. You draft an O-tackle. You go and draft probably a linebacker. I don't know. Maybe you double up on the O-lineman. I don't know. It's looking like the Bears are kind of getting it together, though. It's going to be interesting seeing DJ Moore and Marvin Harris Jr. play next to each other. That's going to be very interesting. You might go get a running back. I don't know. Their running backs are you just don't have it. That's one of the most true committees in the league, right? You just don't have that standout back. Being the league is going to committee, you still need a top-notch guy, not a bell cow, but you just need one of those versatile guys that, you saw Isaiah Pacheco is a really good example. You saw him out and the Chiefs just struggled all game. Next, we have the Seahawks and the 49ers. I can't wait for someone to beat their ass in the playoffs. DK should have beat Fred Warner's ass. He should have made that ejection worth it. But that's just the salty Seattle fan in me coming out. We all knew it was going to be a loss. It was going to be a loss if Geno played. The 49ers are looking insane. They came out with a 75-yard first play, which, granted, I mean, we got a young defense. Seattle's going to be fine. We're going to draft one of the top 5 quarterbacks, I'm sure. I'm hoping it's Penix. Please, God, be Penix. Don't be Bo Nix. If there's a God, please don't let us draft Bo Nix, bro. Please don't let us draft Bo Nix. But yeah, I mean, no one thought Seattle was going to beat the 49ers. No one thought Seattle was going to beat the Cowboys. Geno is a good quarterback, but he's not a great quarterback. We're going to get a new quarterback next year. We're probably going to draft another receiver in the second round because I think we're done. Like, Tyler Lockett is going to be done. It's going to be DK, JSN, and Jake Bobo on the outside, baby. Shout out Jake Bobo. Yeah, I mean, the 49ers are looking good. I can see where Purdy has a case for MVP. And I saw a stat yesterday. He's still a product of his team. I'm not taking anything away from Purdy. Purdy is an amazing quarterback. He's top 10. He's a great quarterback. He's still a product of the players around him, though. We're not going to say that Purdy's not a system quarterback, but he's really great for that system. I think they both give each other great aspects. Yeah, top 10 quarterback, most air yards in the league, by the way, averaging 11.9 air yards. But yeah, I mean, if Tyreek Hill breaks this record and doesn't win MVP, oh my God, just call it the quarterback award. We know it's a quarterback award anyways, but at this point, offensive player of the year holds more value than MVP. Personally, in my opinion. Dak is playing some great football, though. It's going to be interesting if it has to come down to 2 quarterbacks between Dak and Brock Purdy. Next, we have the Vikings and the Raiders, the 3-0 game. We're not going to talk about that. If you're a Vikings or Raiders fan and you actually sat through that, you are a demon. You are a demon for that because holy shit, y'all's teams are terrible. Oh my God. 3-0. And it's not because the defenses are great. The defenses are average. 3-0. That's sickening. Broncos, Chargers. Broncos country. Let's ride. At the beginning of the year, in the preseason, I might be the only person on this planet that said the Broncos are going to win the division. I'm mad they lost last week because if they didn't lose last week, they would be tied with the Chiefs. And I think the Broncos can still win this division. They beat a sorry Chargers team. The Chargers are sorry. Kellen Moore is not a great offensive coordinator like we thought he was. At least not for the players he has on the team. But that being said, Broncos country, let's ride. Bills, Chiefs. Oh my God, when we thought Kadarius Toney could not get worse. And I'm tired of people saying, Andy Reid coming out saying, usually you get a warning for that, usually this, usually that. Y'all scored a game-winning touchdown. They're gonna call that. You are a receiver in the NFL, and you can't catch. You line up offsides on the game-winning drive. Let's talk about Travis Kelce playmaking ability. This man caught that 30-yard, 40-yard pass, looked back and lateraled it for a touchdown. What a fucking athlete. Mahomes, what a fucking athlete. Kadarius Toney, you'll never see this. You are single-handedly ruining the Chiefs' season. Y'all don't have great receivers as is. They went and got you to be that number one guy, and you are letting Chiefs Kingdom down. New York traded you for a reason. I, in the preseason, said they have the worst wide receiver core in the league, and Kadarius Toney is proving me right. That being said, on to the next game, because Josh Allen still turned the ball over, so we're not giving him any props. He had a 68.8 QBR. I don't want to hear it. What is that, 10 turnovers in 9 games? Nah, you're not getting my respect, brother. We're going to skip the last game and come back to it. We're going to talk about the 2 games tonight. We have Packers, Giants. Give me the Packers. We have Dolphins, Titans. Give me the Dolphins. 2 terrible Monday night games. Packers, Giants might actually be a really good competitive game. The Dolphins might win by 30. What's the spread? What's the spread for this game? Hold on. What's the spread for this? Where is it? Dolphins, Giants, spread. A 12.5 point game. Give me Dolphins by 23. Give me Dolphins by 23. Yeah, we're going to take that. Yeah. Okay, on to the last game of Sunday. We had the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. I said before the season started. Not before the season started. I said 5-6 weeks into the season, the Cowboys weren't playing in the first half. The Eagles were looking bad in the first half, and the 49ers were looking. They took that 3-game L, those 3 losses in a row, and they kind of looked exposed. I said, whichever one of these teams get it going in the first and the fourth, they start good and they finish good. They play all 4 quarters, is going to the Super Bowl. We are on a insane NFC Championship clash between the Dallas Cowboys and the 49ers. Both of these teams are playing insane football from start to finish. The Philadelphia Eagles, I'm on that ass. Y'all have arguably one of the best wide receiver cores. Y'all have arguably one of the most versatile backs in the league, like receiving, running wise. Y'all aren't getting the run game going. Y'all are making Jalen Hurts do it all. AJ Brown dropping game-winning passes. You have Devontae Smith getting stripped. Y'all can't score in the first quarter. Y'all are a second half team. The defense is fighting for its fucking life. You have Michael Gallup, the worst separating receiver in the league, toasting Darius Slay. Not Darius Slay. Oh, what is that? What's Slay's name? Hold on. Is it toasting Darius Slay, who's supposed to be an elite cornerback? Toasted by not even me capping, statistically the worst separating wide receiver in the NFL. Something has to happen in Philly, and I don't know what it is. And A.J. Brown crying like a little bitch for the ball and then dropping a fucking touchdown pass. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. It's fucking ridiculous. The Eagles look like shit. Let's be so fucking for real right now. The Eagles look terrible. And we know who's running the NFC right now. It's the 49ers. Cowboys, like I said, they're coming for a collision head-on clash. And it's going to be a banger game. Not saying the Eagles can't get it together. I mean, they can definitely do it. They can get it together. They can still win the NFC. So, playoffs is going to be interesting.